Hey guys, how you doing? Thank you all for being here tonight. I just want to thank all of you for coming. I know it's a long distance for many of you, so thank you very much for being here. I want to thank Destination Vancouver and Mayor Ken Sim for their hospitality here. Coming off of the holidays, for a lot of our talent rolling in on this, a lot of hard work, a lot of effort, but when you come here and get the reaction and the reception that we did, it was phenomenal, especially from the fans here. Canada always delivers, Vancouver no different. As was just mentioned, been a long time since we've been here in Vancouver. Something that we wanted to fix and come here with a big event, and they certainly delivered tonight. We set an all-time North American arena gate record here tonight.
Congrats.
So, quite good. That's our, it was sold out, 17,828 in the building tonight. And that is our 63rd sellout for the year. So we've had quite a year, and it's wonderful to be able to cap it off here in Vancouver. Canada has been so great for us over the years, especially this year. We had a lot of big events here in Canada. So, as you know, last year Elimination Chamber was in Perth at a large stadium there. Optus Stadium, we were looking, Nick and I, to hit another big stadium this year, and we're sort of pondering where we could go, and Canada was at the top of that list. So as you know, we will be going to Toronto's Rogers Centre. Used to be the Sky Dome. When you're my age, you remember it being the Sky Dome. It's like a thing. But that will be massive for us. Tickets go on sale this Friday, December 6th. Pre-sale is Wednesday, December 4th. So very excited to go there with Elimination Chamber. And for everybody, obviously, they know that will be the last premium live event on the road to WrestleMania, but will also be the last time that you will see John Cena in that market. So I think this is going to go quick. People should get their tickets now. As you know, this is part of WWE's global expansion, which we've been very focused on in the last year, and a lot of that has to do with our deal that we have with Netflix. So as you see, January 6th, sort of the big next evolution of WWE heading to Netflix. At that time, 80% of the globe will hit Netflix live with Raw, SmackDown, NXT, and all our PLEs. US will be slightly different, but that includes all of Canada. So when that date hits, you're going to get all WWE programming here. It's a game changer for WWE. We're very excited about that. But before we get to January 6th, we've got Saturday night's main event, December 14th, Nassau Coliseum. I'm sure you've seen the spots for it. It's going to have a lot of nostalgia, a lot of fun. From the same location, the first Saturday night's main event was there. Lots of announcements on that coming up. But you're also going to get Cody Rhodes versus Kevin Owens in the main event there, so it should be a spectacular event. I thought tonight was a phenomenal night. For the most part, our talent came away fairly unscathed. We had a few minor things, and Bronson Reed is in the other room getting looked at right now. He's going to be questionable for a few weeks, I think, after that splash off the top of the cage. So, LA Knight, Shinsuke Nakamura, I thought had an awesome performance tonight from both men. Shinsuke coming back after some time off and sort of seems a little bit reinvigorated by that. A new U.S. champion coming out of that match. We had the triple threat, Braun Breaker, Sheamus, and Ludwig. Next level from all three of those guys. It is shocking to me sometimes when I try to think at how long Braun Breaker has been doing this. It is incredible, his growth. It's incredible the performance that he is putting on. Same with Ludwig. You know, he's sort of one of those talent that slip under the radar sometimes of how good he is. And Sheamus is just always Sheamus. Getting, taking a beating with a shillelagh at this point to me, but he just still keeps on going, man. He never stops, and like he says, banger after banger. So Awesome night for them. Gunther and Priest, I thought that, it was smart. They reset, old school, told a great story, and Gunther retains. So phenomenal performance by both of them. And then I thought both men's and women's WarGames delivered. Men's with just incredible storytelling and sort of just next level in that space to me is the storytelling, which is where this all stems from. So phenomenal night for everybody. So with that, I'm going to open it up to you guys.
Okay, with our first question, we'll head to the third row.
Justin from the Wrestling Classic and from Vancouver. You talked about the significance of coming back to Vancouver. We thank you a lot for coming back to Vancouver. You talked about the Rogers Center and in Toronto, so I'm curious, would you guys be coming back to Vancouver? And is there any chance you can maybe host an event in BC Place?
Yeah, look, I think it's certainly with the reception we got here tonight, certainly with 17,000+ fans here, and they were loud all night long. It's funny for us, sometimes it's harder for us to hear in the back, even with the show audio on, it's a little bit harder for us to get a feel for, I wish I could sit in the arena and get a feel for it, but everybody kept coming back all night long just saying, man, this crowd is unbelievable. So hopefully that translated at home, but it was definitely a great night here, so the prospect of us coming back high.
Hi, Paul.
Hi.
Sonia Singh, AC Inc. Just looking ahead at Elimination Chamber coming up in Toronto, what makes that PLE so special that you're doing it again in a stadium for the second year in a row?
I don't think it's a particularly that event, but I think as you get into the road to WrestleMania, certain times of year to me, if you want to talk about it from like a sport feel, right? If WrestleMania is your Super Bowl, you're sort of heading into your championships, going into that last run. So from Royal Rumble through Elimination Chamber to WrestleMania is kind of like your playoff season. So I feel like it's our I don't want to say our one time of the year, but it's certainly one of our biggest times of the year where we feel like we can do things at the biggest level, and we'll see. But that's the concept behind it is really just delivering at the biggest times.
Brett Slow, CBS Sports Radio. With PLEs in 2024 coming to an end, what can the WWE Universe look forward to in 2025 with the move to Netflix? What are the exciting points?
I think it's more of the same in the sense of what resonates in our business is great storytelling, right? It's having phenomenal athletes, the men, the women that do what we do. It's having great characters for those athletes, and then delivering stories the best that we can, right? That keep people captivated, that go from week to week. If you really break down what WWE does, I don't think there's an entertainment source on the planet that is like it. When you look at the amount of content we put out between Raw, NXT, and SmackDown, the amount of content we put out, plus monthly PLEs, plus Saturday night's main events, as we go through this, right? The amount of live content, the amount of live storytelling that we do, there's nothing else like it. So it all stems from that. What should people expect? Hopefully, if we do our jobs well, they'll get that same level of storytelling and athletics that make WWE, as big as it is. There's a lot of speculation about what we're going to go to and how it's going to be at Netflix, and the truth is, we'll all just have to wait and see. Even now, it's a little bit of some of that stuff is up in the air. You see live programming going to Netflix. You saw the Tyson Jake Paul fight, and it did incredible numbers. Things that they'll work through there. The platform is so big for us. I believe that, as long as we continue to deliver the way we've delivered in 24, that it's a game changer for us.
Our final question.
Hi, Joel Torres from Contralona. I want to ask you about the WWE ID program. What opportunities and resources will the program offer independent wrestlers to prepare them for a potential WWE career?
So, thank you. WWE ID is you know, so there's a lot made about our NIL programs, our college athlete recruiting, and where we do that, right? But there's also a group of men and women that are out there that, for whatever reason, found their way to professional wrestling, whether that was after college, before college, whatever that is, right? They went a different route than college athletes did. We don't want to negate any of them. So, right, so we're keeping our eye on all of them. But the independent scene is very difficult. That's a long, hard road, and we're trying to make that easier. So we're trying to pay attention to the people that are at the top of those lists of the people that have the most potential within that grouping. We're going to support them in their careers financially. We're going to support them in their careers from an education standpoint. So as they're going through their journey, as long as they're continuing to progress, we stay with them. They send us their matches. We're helping to guide them, what they're doing right, what they're doing wrong, how they can progress, how we can make them pros. They can make their way to the Performance Center. There'll be some other announcements about content and some things that we will do with them, but it's all geared towards helping those kids as these college athletes get their opportunities to try to make it in this business, that they get their opportunities to make it in this business. If somebody is working really hard and they're busting their ass every week and they're progressing and they're continuing to grow, they stay in our system, and you know, until it's time for them to outgrow that system. And if they're not, we'll make moves and we'll change some people around, and we'll get to the people that we feel like that long-term investment can pay off, not just for us, but for the industry itself, right? The strength of our business is built on the strength of the athletes across all things. So while we're extremely excited about NIL and our college recruiting and everything that we're doing there, and I think when you look at NXT, you can see a system that is churning out, I mentioned Braun Breaker earlier, right? It's churning out athletes, incredible athletes at a very rapid pace. This is another way for us to amplify that. So it's to strengthen that independent scene.
Triple H, thank you for joining us tonight.
Thank you very much. We'll see you at Saturday night's main event.